Right, another change. Crampons on, crampons off, crampons on, crampons off. The merry-go-round continues because now that I'm into this north-facing slope, it's all very, still very snowy and compacted and hard. And whereas you could probably just trot down any route you wanted over these boulders in summer, and in winter, once it's all compacted, it's all a bit more serious. So it's crampons and ice axe time, so I can pick a way down and along here. And then once I get right to the lowest point, the Bayalak there, crampons off, and there's pretty much a rocky path that goes all the way to the top. And then I imagine I'll need my crampons on the other side of that. It is a bit of faff, but it's better to be safe, it's better to be alive than inconvenienced. And that's it. My footprint's coming down there. Barely 5 minutes, but it's just that little bit there because it's so hard that your boots would just slip completely on it because it's just ice and there's a very thin layer of snow on top, but it's very hard. It's just compacted snow underneath. So that's all it was, just for that really. But you can't avoid it on days like this when the terrain is like that. It's just, especially this time of year, March, when you've only got these big patches left, and all it takes is for one of those to be strewn across the slope that you want to cross, and that's it. If you haven't got your crampons with you, that might be the end of your walk. And if you try to cross it, that could be the end of a great deal more. So it's always worth taking them with you, even when snow isn't falling anymore on the hills. I got into trouble actually on the Moors. It was April, quite a few years ago now, but couldn't see any snow from down below, down in the glen, and I went up, I had my ice axe and my crampons in my car, but I left them in the car because I thought, oh, there's no snow, I don't need them. But I got onto top of Binham Moor and was coming down, wanted to go down the ridge to go up Binham Beg and skirt Elder Moor, you know, those ones at the eastern end of the Moors. And it was like this, it was too hard for me to go down without crampons, so I couldn't go down the ridges, so I ended up going down the corrie in between the ridges and getting into a lot of trouble. Thought I was going to die actually at one point. I remember thinking, because I was in a chute and I committed my leg to a rock that was sticking out of, it was like a ledge, quite a big rock, and I was just sliding down this chimney, committed my leg to a rock, it gave way, pulled my leg up underneath me and outwards, and I heard something snap. And I pushed out and held my fall, and my hands got quite blooded. And I remember thinking as I was holding myself, no one's going to find me. I remember thinking, this is it, this is... and it was a few split seconds, but the things that go through your head, it's a bit of a cliche to say it, but it's true, and these lots of bizarre thoughts rush through your head. I just remember being very disappointed with myself, because it was the only time I hadn't brought my mobile phone with me, I hadn't brought my crampons or ice axe with me, and it was, for some strange reason, it was the first time in years that I'd not left information with people as to where I was going. Usually, at the very least, because I lived by myself, so I would put my route map on the dashboard of my car so that if somebody found the car and wondered what I was doing, it said on the piece of paper on the dashboard, I will be back, you know, in 8 hours or something. And yeah, I was just really annoyed at myself and thinking no one would find me. But I managed to sort of fall outwards onto another ledge to safety, and I had sprained my knee really badly and had to hobble all the way back. And then when I got to I was standing in burns all the way back to try and cool the leg, to try and you know, reduce the swelling. Every time I found the burn, I'd go and stand in it up to my thighs for 10 minutes if I could stand it. And then I got back to the car, drove all 2 hours back to Edinburgh, 3 hours back to Edinburgh. And when I got out the car, at the other end, I sort of opened the door, it was my right leg, stepped out of the car and fell on the ground because I couldn't take any weight at all. So that was my lesson learned the hard way, that you really do need to take ice axe and crampons, even when you can't see the snow from the glen. If you've got any remote inkling that there might be old snow, if there are big mountains like the Moors, the Grey Corries, Ben Nevis, the Cairngorms, and you're going up ridges, it's sensible to take them with you. There we go. There's a lesson.